He's trying to lie his way out.
Of course. Meanwhile, back at the stadium, I ran back to Stunt Stadium, chasing after Didi in an SUV. She had stopped in front of the stadium, the SUV right on the steps. After she got out, she took her bag and threw it away in a trash can in front of the stadium. Then, she went inside, and I assumed back into her room. As for me, I headed back into my office.
But if she threw her bag in the trash, then...
Why hasn't it been found yet?
The bag?
That should have been an...
Idea.
idea.
If there was a bag, it's in that safe!
Yeah, probably so.
Something's in that safe, and it's probably the bag that he's talking about.
That brings me to this question. Why hasn't Manly come forth with what he discovered yet? Oh, man. Okay. Maybe it'll come soon. We'll have to see.
Hopefully.
What did she throw away, I wonder? You really want to know? I guess I can tell you. It was the money, obviously.
The money?
You mean the stolen money from the bank? How do you know this? Because I looked in the trash bin, saw the money in there, and took it. What? Why did you... Calm down. Remember when I said I was trying to protect Dera? Well, this was one of those times when I was. I kept the money in my office and took it home with me.
Oh, you fucking ass.
What? You can have it back if you want. I don't need it. This guy is sinking to new lows.
Exactly.
He's doing whatever it takes to get Dera a guilty verdict. My God, what an asshole!
Because he wants the father's money.
$500, that ain't jack. He'll gladly get that back. He's aiming for the big cash. He's aiming for that.
Because he wants Dera guilty. That's what's going on here now.
He wants that inheritance. That's what this is all about, that damn inheritance. The actions this witness has taken will be reviewed in court at a later date. Do you understand, Mr. Machintosh? Of course I do. Mr. Wright, the cross-examination, now! Yikes! When the judge gets angry, he takes it out on everyone.
Oh, God.
That's... Even though it can be a little... slow. Get him angry? Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Do I even have to bring a certain clip up if you see him in his angry face?
You are no longer worthy of your title.
Oh, boy.
Oh man. Meanwhile, back at the stadium,
Wait, which clip do you mean? Do you mean the video that we found, or the
I'd
talk?
like to think it's a certain clip that refers to a nightmare that Phoenix might have had before.
Oh,
yeah,
Leon!
Anyways, so we ran back to Stunt Stadium. Once again, everything gets pressed. Everything gets pressed. I can't take anything he says seriously.
Yeah.
And why didn't you tell us this before? Hey, I already explained that. Why don't you stop yelling at me for things we already know? Hey, I wasn't the one who... Knock it off, the both of you. The prosecution will have the witness answer for what he did at a later date. For now, we are concentrating on this trial. Is that understood, Mr. Wright? I wasn't the one who lied my head off. She had stopped in front of the stadium, the SUV right on the steps. She had drove the SUV on the steps? She's not exactly a good driver when it comes to four-wheel vehicles. But she can at least park a car. Badly. That's surprising to hear. She's quite good on her motor wheeler doing all those tricks. I actually confirmed this as well. Miss Duvall can't drive a four-wheel vehicle of any kind. Wow, really?
Wow.
I didn't know that. However, the trek back to the stadium wasn't that difficult for someone like her to do. That's news to me. I didn't know Dera could drive a four-wheeler. After she got out, she took her bag and threw it away in the trash can in front of the stadium. Hold it! So that's where the money was this whole time? Well, when I went in to take a look, the money was just sitting in that green trash can. I took the money to try and cover for her, but, well, now with the way things are... Yeah, I bet. You've had that money with you the whole time.
Yeah. Why can't we bust him here for what he did?
Because of his testimony, they want to get as much out of him if it concerns Dera being the real culprit.
And you have to make his testimony important, Nick.
Don't worry, I think I know how to catch him. Then, she went inside, and I assumed back into her room. And you're certain she went back into her dressing room? Well, I don't see how she couldn't. She was arrested in her dressing room, after all. Of course, she did bide her time. The police did take a while to get there. Kind of sad, eh, Mr. Hawk? As it turned out, Detective Gumshoe got confused on what the building was called. It's another blunder on his part, but they still managed to find the stadium. Yep, that's our Gumshoe.
That's our Gumshoe. That should be a show now. That's our Gumshoe.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay.
I did think it was weird that it took the police in half an hour to show up at the stadium.
As for me, I headed back into my office. Did you stay in your office until the police showed up? Yeah, that's right, I did. I made myself look busy, like I didn't see anything. I also took that plaque and hid it in the apple tree. And your reason for not saying anything was to protect the defendant? Of course. Dera's been our year's star attraction for a few years now. But even so, I'm not going to take the blame for something she did. I may be your manager, but I can't go that far for her. Of course you won't. You're practically going out of your way to throw Dera under the bus.
I'm starting not to like Mr. Machintosh, Nick.
You're just now starting not to?
Well, he was nice to us at first, but now I hate him.
Let me just listen to his testimony again. I'm pretty sure I don't have to look too hard. She took her bag and threw it away in the trash can in front of the stadium. I want to say it's either present evidence here or... after she got out, she took... It's either here... The catch? What? Then I assume back into her room. Okay, that must have been a glitch right there. This is like catch. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be this one.
Yeah, if it was in that garbage can. Yeah, if it was in that garbage can, Lana would have known.
Was left in the backstage area the day of the crime. That's the only thing I can think of to press, so...
But that was in back of the stadium. They said they found it in the front, but... Wait, did Lana follow Dera? In the trash can? Because that's the only way we could find out if it was in the front. I say try it. Save it and try it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, present the trash can. Objection! Yep, I knew it.
Oh!
Mr. Machintosh, when you say Dee Dee threw the money in a trash can, do you mean this one? Yep, that green trash can that was by the front of the stadium. It was even by the North Gate steps yesterday when I walked by. What about it? Are you going to try and convince us it's not a trash can? Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
Not yet, at least.
Look at him trying to be sneaky like that. But I would like to share with you something. This particular trash can wasn't left up front. It was in the backstage area of the stadium. What?
Oh.
That's ridiculous! You can't claim that! I agree. You can't make that claim without proof that it was back there. Actually, there is something else I'd like to explain about this can. It doesn't belong to the stadium. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but I still don't see what's so special about that. What's special about it is that it belongs to yesterday's witness, Lotta Hart. This can is custom-made for taking photographs in secret. You have got to be kidding! She even has holes on the bottom to slip her legs through to creep behind people. I remember doing some stakeouts in a trash can once. Never thought about putting leg holes in the bottom. I'll have to remember that. Don't ask Phoenix. Don't ask Phoenix. Don't ask Phoenix. Don't ask Phoenix. Please don't. Anyway, she told us that when she went to chase after Dee Dee, she left it in the back area. On the day of the crime, there wasn't a trash can to be seen in the front entrance. So, Mr. Machintosh, just where did Dee Dee put that bag of money you happened to run off home with? She...
Oh.
Order in the court. Mr. Machintosh, just what are you playing at in my courtroom? Finally, looks like he's out of gas.
Oh god.
Or not.
How can he eat a squished apple?
He pulled out another one from Hammerspace. That's it.
From his over 9,000 space, yeah.
So, you're at it again. You're still trying to pin this whole crime on me, huh? Alright, smart guy. Let's get something straight. You can throw all the accusations you want at me, but I ain't catching. What are you trying to say, witness? First, let's ask the prosecutor over there a question. You done your homework on Dera yet? We have a file on her, yes. So, how's her driving? Is this some sort of joke? What are you playing at? Now, let him answer. Fine. She's an excellent motorcyclist. However, when it comes to driving a car, she has trouble. What? Is this going somewhere? It sure is. Now, let's all ask a simple question. Why did that broad who was walking on the sidewalk get flattened? I don't care for the way you said that, Mr. Machintosh. But the prosecution has said that she was accidentally run over. Oh yes, that's what I thought. What is this guy up to? Now, see, you keep saying I robbed that bank and killed that lady, yeah? Well, yes. Okay, now, if I were the one to rob that bank, I would have just driven out of there without a mess. Meaning that I'm not the type to go off and accidentally kill anyone. I can drive a car perfectly fine, while Dera can't even parallel park. Accidentally run over? Me? Not a chance. Is he... Drug! Oh my god! Order! Well, I suppose that could be true. Mr. Wright, your accusation is holding a lot less water now. No. Really? That's a nasty swat you have there. So how about it? You still think I'm the killer? I can't believe he pulled that over my head! What do I do? He's managed to get the upper hand again!
Come on, Nick! No whipping out!
Like I have a choice, Maya! What do I do here? Is there a reason why he could have killed the victim? Reason? He had a reason to kill her! Mr. Wright, I'm afraid there's no way you can debunk these actions. Mr. Vall accidentally killed the victim after committing robbery. I can see no reason why the witness here could have done the same, considering he can drive a car. Your Honor, I don't think we should jump to conclusions yet. Isn't that what you've been doing? Mr. Machintosh, you keep reminding the court that Patty Destrian's death was an accident. But, what if that isn't the case? What are you yammering about? If you didn't kill the victim by accident, then you must have done it on purpose! What?!
Oh, I get it!
And what's your reason for thinking that he did? Why would he do it? The reason is simple enough. Mr. Machintosh killed the victim because... she
saw his face, maybe?
It was either she saw his face or she was in the way.
No, because Machintosh had to,
Remember, he was wearing an outfit.
Yeah, but this is the problem now.
Obviously, it was because she wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Obviously, isn't because she wasn't paying attention. No, it was because it's either she saw his face or she was in the way. Gamble. Let me check the court record. I gotta check something.
Well, as I was saying before, Mr. Machintosh. Oh. Wait a second!
That
you
looks
can
like...
see his face!
Yeah. It looks like he's... Yeah, I think you can.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go with that. Let's try it. She saw his face. The victim wasn't killed by accident. She was killed because she saw the face of the robber. You mean she saw the robber's face before she died? And you're saying she was killed because of that? That's exactly what I'm saying. She was killed because she could have identified the suspect.
Yes!
You ruined a perfectly good, golden, delicious... It was a red... never mind.
Yes!
Mr. Wright, what you have proposed is inconceivable. Why is that? The robber had her identity hidden throughout the crime. What reason would there be for her to remove the mask that hides her face? That is true. Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal for the prosecution? Of course I do. Very well. Why don't you show us some evidence? I think a bold claim should be followed by a bold penalty. What do you say, Your Honor? Whoa! It's a bit extreme, but I'm all for it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you still wish to continue? Oop. That's pretty overwhelming. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. If you have evidence, please show us how the robber's identity could have been seen.
Save it.
I think I know. But I'm going to save the game anyway. I think I know how. It's because... I want to say it's because of this picture.
Yes, I'm about to say
it has to be this picture. I'm going to go for it. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Here we go.
That will reload.
Take that! This will explain how the victim saw the culprit's identity. And how exactly does it do that? Just take a look at the...
Oh!
Just take a look at this spot right here and you'll see. Right at his face, right there. Take that! This spot right here on the photo. Take a closer look. Well, it looks like there's a crack, I think. A crack? What? As you can see, there is a crack on Dee Dee's helmet. So what? What is that supposed to prove? Yesterday in court, we found out that the suspect and the witness bumped into one another. During the bump, the suspect must have fallen to the ground and cracked their helmet. After getting into the vehicle, the robber couldn't see through the cracks when driving away.
Oh.
So, what you're saying is the cracks on the helmet would have hindered the suspect's vision when driving away. Mm-hmm. Exactly. In order to see his way out, the culprit took off the helmet. The victim was killed because she could have identified the suspect.
Oh.
Damn. That... You...
Oh, shit. I'm so excited for the ending.
Whew. Order! That does make some sense. The victim may have been killed on account she had seen the identity of the robber. When you take the cracked helmet into account, I can't see why not. Well, witness, what have you to say for yourself? You see... Alright, we finally... Not so fast, Your Honor. Huh? Huh? You have got to be kidding me. How can he? Mr. Wright, you almost had this court hoodwinked. Pretty clever, but it still gets you nowhere. How so, Mr. Hawk? The defense has made an enlightening point in this junction of the trial. However, I feel you should know that your explanation can also implicate Miss Duvall as the murderer. What?
No.
All you've done is explain to us that the victim saw the robber's face, and that if she did, she would have been a potential witness. But who's to say that she didn't see the defendant in the SUV that day? Well, maybe... You've certainly done a good job trying to pull a fast one. You tried to convince us that the victim saw Mr. Machintosh instead. But you have no proof that she actually did see him, do you? No!
Oh god, no.
Order! Order! This is true. The defense presented a theory without providing conclusive evidence. Mr. Wright, have you anything to say for yourself?
Oh god.
I had Machintosh on the ropes, but Hawk managed to one-up me. How about it, Mr. Wright? Do you still wish to continue on with your wild accusations against Machintosh? Oh, I wonder if there's something else you can throw at me. I don't know. We're really hanging by a thread now. How did we manage to get this far only to be stopped?
Come on, Nick! Think of something!
I know I should, but I don't think I can.
Nick, please! Dera's innocent! She can't be the murderer! You know that!
But there's nothing I can attack Machintosh with anymore. I don't have any more evidence that we can use against him regarding the robbery.
There has to be something!
I don't know. It might be a big mistake to push this. If I keep on accusing Machintosh without solid evidence, then I risk getting Dera a guilty verdict. Well, Mr. Wright, we're waiting. I better think really hard on this. Oh my god. Oh dear lord.
And what are we trying to prove here?
How it was actually Machintosh in the outfit that killed Dera, that killed the
But it has to be
witness.
the outfit though, because they didn't saw the chest plate on it.
Shoot. Alright, let me check the court record.